Hey there, hi there, ho there. It's Tuesday evening weather for Weather Geeks time here on the 25th day of September 2018. A gloomy start to our day today, actually just kind of a gloomy day overall, but at least we didn't see much in the way of additional rain this afternoon. Now that being said, we picked up enough rain over the last 24 hours to make it now officially the wettest September on record. 7.77 inches of rain so far this month, 4.61 inches above the average. And one thing that really sticks out to me, some of these gaudy numbers, yes, but look at Mondays. Mondays have really looked and felt like Mondays this month, with measurable rain each and every Monday. In fact, at least a quarter of an inch, almost a third of an inch or more every single Monday this month. We've had zero point 0.7 in the rain gauge at the Youngstown Warren Airport since midnight last night. So yes, it's been a very wet month of September, and this follows what was kind of a dry pattern for a little while as we got into mid to late summer. We'll talk about those numbers in a second, but this is the list of wettest Septembers on record. We eclipsed 2018 or 2011, I should say, earlier on today. Some other recent years: 2006, 2004, 1996, also a pretty wet September. A lot of times when we see a wet September around here, it's because of a tropical system, what's left of it moving through the region. And indeed, we did have the remnants of a tropical system that brought us that 3+ inch rain day, all in one day, earlier on this month. And of course, we had a little bit of rain, of course, from what was left of Florence just a little while ago here in September. When we look at the year as a whole, again, July and August really stick out here as our only two drier than average months for the entire year. It's been a wet year so far in 2018. We're running a surplus of 10.1 inches of rain at the airport through almost the end of September. So each and every month except for July and August has been somewhat wetter than average. When I recorded Weather Geeks this evening at 7:11, the radar was quiet. It's a little deceptive. There's a fine mist or drizzle trying to fall in some spots this evening. It's just kind of a murky evening. Good evening to catch up on your Netflix across our area, but we're not concerned about any big thunderstorms or severe weather here this evening. We're keeping an eye on what's going on to the west this evening. A potential trouble spot in northwest Ohio and parts of Michigan. Also, a few thunderstorms have been rumbling along the Ohio River Valley, the lower Ohio River Valley, so far this evening. Now, the Storm Prediction Center does have still a slight risk of severe weather in the yellow here in parts of Illinois, northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, southern Michigan. This extends about to I-71 in Ohio. That's where the risk is highest tonight for some gusty thunderstorms. Pretty strong cold front tracking through the Midwest this evening. Look at the change on the other side of the front. 86 in St. Louis, 57 in Des Moines. Yeah, that cooler air is heading our way for your Wednesday. I'm going to keep an eye on what happens to our west this evening. The atmosphere is ripe for some low-end tornadoes this evening. Isolated, yes, but possible. From northwest Ohio through lower Michigan into parts of Indiana. Not a lot of instability in the atmosphere this evening, but a pretty significant amount of wind shear, turning of the wind as you go up in height through the atmosphere, so I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on out there. Now, this is this evening. As this all translates east, notice the shear becomes much, much less in eastern Ohio, western PA, so not really concerned about any sort of isolated tornadoes here. I think our thunderstorm and rain chances, will start to go up again as we go towards daybreak tomorrow morning. Could have another wet start to our day on Wednesday. Cold front will approach, and we'll see a couple of rounds of showers and storms on Wednesday, especially from about 4 or 5 in the morning up through about noon, and then notice our rain chances decrease pretty quickly. We're down under 12 minutes, or 12 hours, I should say, worth of daylight on Wednesday, about 11 hours, 58, 59 minutes worth of daylight. Our plunge towards winter continues in the daylight department. All right, the day 2 severe weather outlook for tomorrow. Notice the Storm Prediction Center does have the slight risk in the yellow. Getting back into our viewing area, kind of suspect what you're going to see is them trim the western end of this with the update later tonight. To me, the slight risk is more like from here on east, maybe east of I-79. I just think the timing of the front is not great for any sort of organized severe weather around here. Maybe a couple of rowdy storms in spots tomorrow morning, but I'm not looking for a big severe weather morning. Yes, you might hear some loud storms here and there as the kids head off to school in the morning, but you'll notice on our model here, it's just sort of disorganized and random in nature. It's not a real organized thing. And another round of showers and storms for lunchtime before the cold front passes through. look out for some nice sunsets tomorrow evening. I think there'll still be a few lingering high clouds around, but the sky will be trying to clear. That could lead to some nice sunsets for Wednesday evening before clouds roll back in later at night. Not only will temperatures drop behind the front tomorrow afternoon, the dew points will as well. So it's going to be very muggy at the start of the day, right through midday. But watch what happens here. By the afternoon into the evening, whoosh, there's the drier air. And boy, is the air mass going to feel different on Thursday with dew points back in the 40s and air temperatures starting in the 40s Thursday morning. We've got a lot of mornings actually coming up with temperatures in the 40s and lower 50s. Thursday, I think it's going to cloud back up for a time. Not the best looking day. Temperatures a little on the cool side for this time of the year. Friday looks like a better day. Boy, what a change from last Friday evening. No severe weather concerns this week. It's going to be a very crisp, pleasant Friday evening for high school football. Now, when we get into the longer range, the overall trends here have been warmer as we get into early October. I was talking last week about how the pattern looked to cool off maybe fairly significantly at the very end of September into early October. It just looks like this ridge over the Gulf Coast and into the Southwest Atlantic just wants to fight off the cool air a little bit more than it looked like last week. So while it will be chilly at times in the morning hours, this doesn't look like a real cool pattern anymore for the first handful of days of October. The cool stays bottled up in Canada, and a pretty powerful jet stream across the U.S.-Canadian border will keep a big temperature gradient maybe just along the border. It may be one of those situations where you go over into Canada and all of a sudden it's much colder, which kind of sounds like a cliche, but it may be true at times over the next couple of weeks. And yeah, there's going to be some accumulating snow up in that cooler air mass from parts of the Rocky Mountains up here across the prairies of Canada and across Hudson Bay. That's where the snow is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if right along the U.S.-Canadian border from the arrowhead of Minnesota back through the Dakotas into Montana, if we had a little bit of snow at times over the next week or two. But too early in the season to talk about that around here, and if you ask me, that is a good thing. We will have an updated October forecast here on Weather Geeks by the end of the week. I'll probably do that Thursday evening. Look for that Thursday evening on Weather for Weather Geeks on my weather blog and on 21 News. I'll probably do it on TV Friday evening as opposed to Thursday evening, and my Weather Geeks viewers will get it a day early. So we'll talk about the entire month of October later on this week. Thanks for watching tonight, and have a great Tuesday night.